हरिः ॐ कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति पराङ्गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणस्य महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेण अभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौशलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य अक्लिष्टकर्मणः हनुमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहृतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्दयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः नाडिय பொருள் கைகூடும் ஞானமும் புகழும் உண்டாம் வீடியல் வழியது ஆக்கும் வேரியம் கமலை நோக்கும் நீடிய அரக்கர் சேனை நீர்பட்டழிய சூடிய சிலை ராமன் தோள்வழி கூறுவார்க்கே नमस्सभायै सप्त अशीतितमा संगोष्ठी. टुडे इज अ पुण्य काल. उत्तरायण में मकर मास में अमावास्या पुण्यतिथि. इस शुभ दिन में, इस पुण्यतिथि में रामायण प्रवचन हिंदू टेम्पल ऑफ लबक में 87th 87 बैठक, टाइम चलती चलती रही है, 87th face-to-face sitting on life management and Ramayan. And Ramayan has come to such a space, contextual space, where the scene and the emotions are changing. Particularly for people in the creative arts, Nritya, Natya or Sangeet, that the face of Ramayan is changing and Valmiki is becoming actually a kavi. 5 nights have gone by, such a stressful night. For Ram it's not stressful, but in Manushya Vyavahar mein wo to stressful tha. 5 nights have gone. 6th night is beginning and Ramayan is taking a new form as a Sringara kavya. So Rama is in Rajapur on the Dakshina Tat, Yamuna ke Tat mein. And it is going to, Valmiki is going to pour his heart as a Sringara kavi. So we have seen the bhala, we have seen the sauryam. Rama did the Shiva Dhanur Bhanjan kiya, uska bhal. We have seen his parakrama. Rama ka dhaya, we have seen with Ahalya Shapa Vimochana. We have seen the dhaya towards Mantara. We have seen dhaya towards his mother Kaikeyi. Dhaya. Out of all the Navarasa, we are going to see the most important thing for Kavi. For Kaviyan ke liye, ye Sringar rasa. So, Jivan mein Sringar aur Satvika Sringar. Sringar is also different type. Tamasa Sringar, Rakshasa Sringar. No. Satvika Sringar dharmikeva. Shro Sringar rasam kavyameva. Which Valmiki introduces. Sringaram Chiti Nandani Vigarane. वीरं धनुर्भंजने कारुण्यं बलिभोजने अद्भुतरसं सिन्धौ गिरिस्थापने हास्यं शूर्पणखामुखे भयम् अगे भीभत्सम् अन्यामुखे रौद्रं रावणमर्दने मुनिजने शान्तं वपुः पातु नः. Beautiful sloka. All the Navarasas are in Ramayana. So, Sringar, Satvika Sringar, in other words, idealistic romance is part of life. Valmiki says, I am not. Rama exhibits that as well. So that the story turns, that if you are going to put a Nritya show, they have to take the Mukha Bhava of Rama and Sita changes. Shringaram Chiti Nandani Viharane. Chiti Nandani, Chama, Dharti ki putri kaun hai? Ma Sita. So when Rama makes Sita happy, Sringara rasa outpours. Sringaram Chiti Nandini Viharane. That is what he is going to do. 5 days of stress. Couple of months. Whereas in Uttar Pradesh mein they say, Ram or Sita or Lakan Bhaiya stayed in Chitrakoot for 12 years. It can't be, but in that prantya, take it, because he moves to Dandakaranya after he meets Bharata. But still, let us take their word, because it is good. Why not? So 12 years they are going to enjoy the life. That is it. Sringaram, where does the impetus come? The spark comes in Chitrakoot. Sringaram Chitinandini Viharane. Playing. Viharane mane playing with Sita. Veeram Dhanur Bhanjane. Valmiki already introduced it. Shiva Dhanur Bhangam. Karunyam Bhali Bhojane. We are going to see in Chitrakoota. Bhali Bhojan mane crow. Crow. So Kakasura Vrittanta. Karunyam Bhali Bhojane. See, Ramayana has all these Navarasa. Sringaram, Veeram, Karunyam, Adbhutam, Ascharya, Adbhuta Rasam, Sindhau Giristapane. Can anyone build a pala, build a kind of a dam with stones? They did it. No mud, nothing. Oh, iski srishti. Adbhutam, Adbhuta Rasam, Sindhau Giristapane. One thing Rama and Lakshmana did, 24-year-old people, Balak in a way, they played with Surpanaka. That is a hasyam, because they wanted to wet their emotions somewhere. Hasyam Surpanaka Muke. Did Rama ever was fearful? Can Rama be fearful? Most people say no. Yes, in one aspect he is very fearful. If he doesn't do the paripalana of dharma, bhayam aghe, he is very fearful to do papa. So that is why he took sirasa, pitruvakya paripalanam sirasa vahitya. Bhayam aghe, bhibastam anya lajja. Bhibastam ane lajja. He wouldn't even see a woman other than Sita. Bhibastam anya muke, raudram ravana mardhane. Two things we are going to see today. That's why Das speaks this sloka, beautiful sloka. Raudram Ravana Mardhane Munijane Shantam. He is going to see Munis after Munis. So Valmiki is going to come today. So when he saw Valmiki, when he saw Bharadwaja, he was living in heaven. Muni Jane Shantam. All this Navarasa, the walking embodiment of Navarasa is Rama. Hey Rama, Patu, you take care of me. Sringaram Chitinandani Viharane, Veeram Dhanur Bhanjane, Karunyam Bali Bhojane, Adbhutarasam Sindhau Giristapane, Hasyam Shurpanaka Muke, Bhayam Age, Bhibastam Anya Muke, Raudham Ravana Mardhane, Munijane Shantam Vapuhu. You take care of my body, Rama, because this body is the abode of you. Vapuhu Patunaha. What a beautiful Sanskrit. So Rama is on the southern banks of Yamuna, Rajapur. So in Rajapur people have come singing his praise. Naham Vasami. So his effulgence overflew. He became so happy because he doesn't even want to live in the Hridaya of Bhakta. He only wants to live in the tongue of Bhaktas. I didn't say, Swami says, Naham vasami vaikunte yoginam hridayena cha madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtahami narada madbhakta yatra gayanti. These days some good thing is happening in this temple. So many good things. And whenever we start this Ramayana on Sunday, we hear some bhakti rasa. Deena Bahan puts that. So that is apt. All the sloka comes, what can I do? Naham vasami vaikunte. That is the duty of a kathavachak, to see things where dharma actually lives. Dharma lives because of these people. Naham vasami vaikunte yoginam. This sloka came to me. But I didn't hear. We had a very rasokta bhakti geeta. Das ne shravan kiya, but I have not listened to that gayak. So Naam vasami vaikunte yoginam hridayena cha madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tishtami narada. So he was very happy. So he walks. So from the southern bank of Yamuna, Ram, Sita or Lakan walks roughly 22 kilometers they walk. They have to cover 40 kilometers, approximately 40 kilometers to reach Chitrakoota Dham. So they are going to see Chitrakoota. Valmiki consequently in 4 slokas keeps the word of Chitrakoota, because Chitrakoota is such a pavitra place. Satya Pavitra place, and the Kamadagiri is there, and the Parikrama is Chaurasi. The Chitrakoot Parikrama is about Chaurasi Krosh. That means 84 times 2. So roughly around 168 miles. Total Chitrakoot. Dham. Ataratrayam Vyatitayam Avasuptam Anantaram. So Valmiki is going to pour the Sringara. How Sringara it is. So Rama is walking through the dense forest on the bank of Yamuna, and they are going to see Chitrakoota. Ataratrayam, 6th morning began. 5 nights. All that story in Ayodhya Kanta, 56th Sarga we are. Only 5 nights we have covered. That is what next to Yuddha Kanda, Ayodhya Kanta is the second largest Kanta. Dharma Kanda. So, Atha Ratriyam, Atha Akaraha. Look, Valmiki is going to change the scene. So, that's why he starts with Mangala Sabda Atha. Where do you come across this? How does Brahma Sutra begin? 545 sutras. Brahma Sutra. So, Brahma Sutra you have to study. If you are a Sanatana Dharmic person, at least in your lifetime, whether it is Shankara Bhashya or it is Yadava Prakasha Bhashya, for me it is Ramanuja Bhashya, Sri Bhashya, you have to study. You have to master Sanskrit and all, but at least let's stay. So, how does Brahma Sutra begin? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Atha, afterwards. What afterwards? Karma. After you do karma anushtana, after you make your mana and hridaya Vina Chanchala during karma, kept on doing karma, but it is not going to give you the phala for me as a Sri Vaishnavite. But after karma, after doing all the karma, learning everything, Shastra, everything, yada, 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 then you have to see what is the purpose of this karma. This karma should lead me to Brahman. Atha ataha. There afterwards, atha tataha. Therefore, I understood karma will not alone give me the Brahma Prapti. Therefore, athato Brahma Jigyasa. Jnatum Icha iti Brahma Jigyasa. Kartri Karmani Shashti. Anyway, that is Vyakyan enough. So, athato Brahma Jigyasa. Similarly, when the scenery changes, Valmiki is a great Rishi. Kavya, he is Madhumaya Bhaniti Nam Margadarshim Maharshi. See, he uses the words correctly. Athato, atha Ratriyam Vyatitaya. Afterwards, Atha Mangalavachakaha, he is beginning a new chapter in Ramayana. Atha Ratriyam Vyatitayam Avasuptam Anantaram Prabhodayamasa Shanaihi Lakshmanam Raghunandana. He says, Anuj, he goes pats him. Shanaihi, Sringara rasa begins. Watch carefully. So, he is going to pat. He doesn't say, hey, okay, morning came, get up. Shanaihi, very slowly, diplomatically, he is waking up Lakshmana. Ataratyam Vyatitayam Avasuptam. After Suptam and sleep, when the sleep is gone, Anantaram Prabhodayamasa Shanaihi Lakshmanam Raghunandana. 6th morning, they rested on the shade of a dark banyan tree, which we have studied. Okay. So then now they got up. Saumitre shrunu vanyanam valgu vyaharatam swanam sampratishta mahe kalaha prasthanasya parantapa. Vyavahar. See, the word vyavahar comes from here. Vyavahar mane duty, kartavya. What is the duty of birds? In the morning, they have to sing. That is why Vyavahar ke. Vyavahar, well, Jittubai ka Vyavahar kya? Jittubai ka Vyavahar to dharma karna. Laisa hi. So, Saumitre Srunuvanyam Valgu Vyavaharatam Swanam Sampratishta Mahe Kalaha Prasthanasya Parantapa. See, okay. Last week I said, it is not Atithyopti, because I am learning. Okay. I was reading Vyakyana of Gita, Vibhuti Yoga. Okay, what does Krishna says? I am everywhere. Vedanam Samavedosmi, Masanam Margasirshoham. In Astra Shastra, I am Ramaha. In Veera, I am Skandaha. He says, I am everywhere. My Vyapti is everywhere. That means everything is me. Okay, this is Gita. This gentleman showed that. Actually, I have seen that. See, he said, some yatra dan he gave. I have noted down in my article, which will be published. I will share. I gave you an example. So, people say Ramayana and Gita are only good to read. But What we are finding is there are examples of people, embodiment of those values you can see. Only thing is you have to have eye and ears to see and listen. He says, why are you giving $100? I'm not shy. I said, God has only loaned me. I am giving his money. Vibhudi yoga ka sakshatkar. Dhanyaho. See, that's how you should read Vyakyana. Otherwise what? It is a living document. How can I say, yeah, Vibhudi yoga, I have seen that living in Sriman and Srimati Goyal. Dhanyaho. Saumitre shrunuvanyam valgu vyavahar. Uska vyavahar kya? Vitta karna, fund karna, unhone kiya. Now what he says, I have to give. Okay. But you have to give, provided you save enough for you. That also I am cautious. Okay. That is why Mahalakshmi is always there. What happened? When Krishna kept on giving to Sudama, when the third mushti came, Rukmini came and caught his hand. So, Saumitre Srunuvanyam Valgu Vyavaharatam Swanam. Oh, birds are making Vyavahar. What is a Vyavahar for birds? That is why it took for you to understand this Sanskrit word. Vyavahar, Vyapar. Vyavahar se Vyaparaya. Vyavahar, Vyavahar, Vyapar. Okay. So, Swanam, they are making noise because morning came, Prabhata came, Sampratishtamahe Kalaha, morning came. Morning came, we have to go. Tadeva lagnam sudinam tadeva chara balam chandra balam tadeva vidya balam deva balam tadeva Lakshmi pate tengri yugam smarami. We will see this. If time permits, we'll go all that. Vaishwadeva Bali, beautiful sarga. Romanch as well as Shastra. So he says, hey, Kala came, Ayam Muhurta, time came, Sampratishtamahe, let's pack and go. Prasthanasya, for us to go to the forest, Sampratishtamahe, we have to start walking. Hey, Anuj, get up. Then you may think, did they not do Danta Sochana? Did they not do Snana? Valmiki knows there will be some quick buddhi like me. Oh, they just started walking. So Valmiki said, Sa supta samaye brata lakshmana praboditaha jahau nidram. He relinquished aha jahau. He relinquished his nidram cha tandrim cha prasaktam cha patisramam. Beautiful Sanskrit will flow because he is pouring his heart as a Sringara Bhakti Kavi. So he says, so they were tired. So when you get tired, there are, Valmiki says, so this is also in Upanishad, only Ramayan gives this precisely. So they were tired. When you get tired, become tired, you sleep. So there is a natural sleep. There is a long sleep. Let's forget about it. Okay. And then there is a natural tiredness, that is sleep, 8-hour sleep. Then Tandri, if your body gets tired because of physical work, it is called Tandri. Nidra, Dra. Tandri. When your mind gets tired, it is called Srama. Beautiful. Tandrim prasaktam sa patisramam. Because they walked, they are bodily tired. Because of the stress for past 5 days, they are also mentally tired. Sramam. Patisramam prasaktam tandrim nidram. So naturally they got into natural sleep. So 3 types of tiredness, Valmiki says, nidra, tandri, srama, patisrama. Physical tiredness, mental tiredness, natural tiredness, which is sleep. So all these 3 things they satisfied in that night, on the 5th night, okay, on the southern bank of Yamuna. Understand the topography as well as time frame. Tata uthaya te sarve sprishtha nadyaha shivam jalam. You see, Valmiki immediately says they came, sprishta. They washed their mouth, their feet and everything. And then you can do Sandhya without pratas snana. You can do it because it is very important to give Surya Udaya Upasthana. That is more important. When the Surya comes, you have to finish your japa and do the Upasthana. Suryasya mamanyasya mannipatayasya mannykritebhyaha. So you have to do the Arghya before sun comes. And then the Upasthana, to send the sun to his place to do the duty for the world, you have to send Upasthana when he rises. When Arunodaya Kalme, you have to do Upasthana. That is very important. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do. But I do. Okay. That's an important task in our home. Never a day goes without doing Sandhya Vandan by my son. I will not tolerate. O kartavya. It is, if you miss it, it is not pava, it is apyavaya. You have to do. If you have janudharito, wo gayatri ko upasan karna hi chahiye. Even if your parents die, you cannot escape Sandhya-vandan and Gayatri Avahan. You may have the preda, but you have to do Achamana and do Sandhya-vandan. Even your father and mother die. For Brahman, or others also, I cannot speak for others. So that is it. Even when you have a preda, everybody yelling and crying and screaming, go, you have to do Sandhya-vandan. It is a nihita karma. It is given. If you don't do, it is apyavaya. So, he did it. So, sprishtva tata, afterwards, uttayate sarve sprishta nadyaha shivam jalam. Why is it shivam jalam? It is the most pious, second most pious. Gange cha yamune chaiva godavari saraswati narmade sindhu kaveri jalesmin sannidhim kuru. So they did this pratar uttaya, they just did it. Then Shivam Jalam, so much interrelation you can do in this sarga. Shivam Jalam tatau uttayate sarve sprishtva nadya Shivam Jalam pantanam rishina uddishtam. Those plays which was shown by which rishi? Bharadwajena uddishtam. Chitrakoota tam yayuhu. Chitrakutam suvarnakutam rajatavikootam manikyakutam maniratnakutam anekakutam bahuvarnakutam Shri Chitrakutam sharanam prapadye. We have to memorize this sloka. So they have seen Chitrakoota. What is Chitrakoota? Vyasa pours it out. You people have studied Bhagavata, you would see. He says, this Dvipa, Saptadvip mein Chitrakoot jaisa wo place, he says, not me. Vyasa says, this is the place where Rama and Sita, Ma Sita were happy. Saramsi pushkaradini kshetrani asritanyutu kurukshetram gaya shiraha prayagaha pulaha asramaha naimisham palgunam setu prabhaso atha kushasthali varanasi madurapuri pampa bindu sarasastata narayanasrame nanda Sita Ramasramadaya Sita Ramasramadaya Chitrakoota Vyasa Vakya. When he is talking about in Bhagavata it should be around, there are two things. One on the origin of universe comes in Panchama Kanta. Yeah, it will come in Panchama and Saptama also. So, Saramsi Pushkaradini Kshetrani Ahasritanyuta Kurukshetram Gayashiraha Prayaga Pulaha Asramaha Naimisham Palgunyam Setuhu Rameshwar Setuhu Prabhasa Kshetram Dwarka Prabhasa Kushastali Varanasi Madurapuri Pampa Bindu Sarastata Narayanasrama Badari Narayanasramo Nanda Sita Ramasrame Nanda, Sita, Ramasrama. This is where they were happy. Everybody says. Valmiki says, Tulsidas says that this is where I was born. Rajapur mein mera janma hua. Narayanasrame Nanda Sitasrama Sradaya Sarve Kulachala Rajan Mahendra Malaya Malayadaya Yete Punyatama Desha Are Architascha Ye Eshe Punyatama De Punyatama superlative Uttama Punyatara Punyatama Eshe Punyatama Desha Are Architascha Ye Yetan Deshan Nisheveta Sreyaska Mohi Abhikshna Etan deshe niveshe. We are residing now. Because we are talking about Chitrakoot. Dharmo hi atre hitaha pumsam sahasradhi palodaya sahasradhi paloya. 1,000 Ashwamedh. If you people go there, you see Chitrakoot. If you take bath in Mandhakini, it is like doing 1,000 Ashwamedh. Dharmo hi atre hitaha pumsam hitaha. Atra hita. Everything will only. Valmiki also says, why you have to praise Chitrakoota? The minute you see the Sringara of Chitrakoota, you won't even have the chitta to do papa. Dharmaha hi atra hitaha pumsam sahasradhi palo daya sahasradhi palo. Oh, the gadhyam. Beautifully, Vyasa pours. Vyasa Bhagavatam is difficult. Somewhere, 5th canto is full of long sentence. They say it is Bhakti Kavya. No. 5th canto, 7th canto will twist you to understand the meaning, and you have to take Vyakarana and all that thing to study. Bharate asmin varshe sarischalaihi santi bhagavo malayaha mangala prasasto mainaka trikutaha rishabhaha kutakaha kollakaha sahayadri Western Ghats. Look, Vyasa pours it out. Bharatopi asmin varshe. There is a country called Bharata. Asmin varshe sarisas chalaihi, lot of rivers and mountains. Achalaihi, without mountains will not move. That is known as achala. Sarisa mane rivers. Santi bhagavo malayo mangala prasto. These are all the name of hills, he says. Mainakaha trikutaha. What is Trikuta? Trikuta is in Sri Lanka. That is Trikuta Adipati is Ravana. So Sri Lanka was once part of broader, I guess. So Trikutaha, Rishabha, Kutakaha, Kollakaha, Sakhyadri, Devagiri, Rishyamuka. See? So it is Satya. What Valmiki wrote, Vyasa also writes. Rishyamuka, Tirumala. Venkato, Mahendro, Varidaro, Vindhya, Shuktimanu, Chagirihi, Pariyatro, Dronakshi, Chitrakoota. My father did this parishrama. No Google, no AI. Wrote, where is Chitrakoota mentioned? Danyaho. That is Ramayan. Janma Sabali. Next 20 years. Shaktiman Shigirihi Pariyatraha Dronaha Chitrakoota Govardhana Aivatakaha Kakubo Nilo Gokamuka Gokamuka Indrakilaha Kamagiri iti chanye cha shatasahasra shailastesham nidhamba prabhava nada nadyascha satya sankyataha. This is Bharata Varsha. Look, Vyasa writes, poured one whole sentence, no full stop anywhere. Bharato api asmin varshe saris chailaha santi bhagavo malayaha mangalya prastaha mainaka trikutaha rishabha kutakaha kollakaha sakyaha devagiri rishyamukaha Srishaila in Andhra Pradesh. Srishaila Shiva Kshetra. Srishailaha Venkataha Mahendraha Varidaro Vindhyaha Shuktimane Kshirgirihi Pariyatraha Dronaha Chitrakoota Govardhanaha Aivatakaha Kakuboho Nilo Gomukaha Indrakilaha Kamagiri Itihi Cha Anyecha. This is not only enough. So many. Vyasa says, I can't write it like Anyacha. Iti Cha Anyacha Shatas Sahasra Shailastesham Nidamba Prabhava Nadanadyascha Satya Sankakyataha Bharata Varsha Dhanya. So that is where Chitrakoota, so much pious. So it is where Vyasa says, it is where Nanda Rama Sita Asrame. So this is where that Sringara rasa came. Vyasa is kind of a Urdhvaretas. He is not into Sringara and all. Valmiki is a Kavi, Vyasa is a Rishi in a way. So he wouldn't bother about this. That's why he begot the most famous Urdhvaretas, Sukha Brahman, right? They don't care, Digambara. But he writes this. This is where Nanda Sita Nanda Rama Sita Asrame Sasukta Samaye Brata Lakshmanaha Pratibodite Janjaho Nidram Chatandrim Cha Prasaktam Cha Pratisramam Tatau Uttayase Sarve Spritta Nadya Shivam Jalam Pantanam Rishina Uddishtam Chitrakutasya Tam Yayuhu. They started Tam Yayuhu Chitrakutasya Tam Yayuhu. They started walking towards Chitrakoota because Chitrakoota is one of the Punya Sthala where if one resides, for us let us take, even if we listen about Chitrakoota, it is as good as doing Ashwamedha, because in Kali Yuga we can't do Ashwamedha. This is Ashwamedha. 87th sitting. 3 people have been coming more or less. That is Yajna. You have done Ashwamedha. So that Chitrakoota is shining. Tataha samprastitasya kale rame saumitrina saha sitam kamalapatrakshim idam vachanam. Immediately his love poured from his heart. Hey kamalapatrakshi, kamalasya patram yasyaha sa iti kamalapatrakshi Sita. The lady who has lotus life, kamalapatra, like the leaf of a lotus, well blossomed. Kamalasya patra yasya sa Sita. Bahuvrihi. So, Sitam Kamala Patrakshim Idam Vachanam Abravit Adiptan Iva Vaidehi Sarvata. He started, hey Sita, look, how beautiful it is shining. Adiptan Iva, that Sring, that hill, it is a giri. So, it is not a continuous range of mountain. It is not a parvata, it is a giri. So it is only in that place one unique slot, that is giri. The difference between parvata and giri, parvata is Himalaya parvata. It's a huge continuous range. Sanskrit is such a beautiful Vani. Giri mane in only one place, in Chitrakoot, that is the giri. There won't be a continuation. Okay, you don't see Chitrakoot mountain continuing beyond that tree. So that is it. So at least you are nodding, so you are listening. Adiptan iva vaidehi sarvataha pushpitan nagane nagachati iti nagane. That means which will not move. Hill will not move. So that is, so giri is also known as nagane. Adiptan, it is shining. Swai pushpai kimchukane pashya malina shishira atyaye shishira rutu, winter season. Shishira mane winter season atyayu, it has gone past. Since the winter has gone past, the flowers are all blossoming, and they say, look at this, Kamadgiri is full of palasa vriksha. How much geography Valmiki pours. One has to go look at all that to give this katha vachan. So, Adiptaniva, it is like Aditya. Who was Aditya? Aditya means he was the Adi, Janitaha. Why we call Surya Aditya? Surya Chandraschame, when the Prajapati started doing the Srishti, Ritancha Satyancha Abhit, first Satya came, Rut and Satya, those were the things that were offspring of Prajapati based on Veda. Then came Surya. So, Adi Janati iti Aditya. So, there's two ways you can interpret. Atiti Putra Aditya. And it also came first. The first material that came out, because Satyam and Ritam is not material, abstract. Satyancha, Ruchancha, Bhit. Rigveda will end like that. So, how was the Srishti done? Srishti is there because it is Satya. Truth only will sustain. So, that's what came first. Danyahu. Veda is such a treasure. Only thing you have to study like that. Not for Ravan all the time. You do. So, Adiptaniva Vaidehi Sarvataha Pushpitan Nagane Swapushpaihi Kimshukan. Kimshukan mane Palasa Vriksha. What is the beauty of Palasa Vriksha? Palasa Vriksha will only blossom once a year. Only during spring, Vasanta Kalame, and the leaves itself will turn into Pushpa. The entire tree will become Pushpa. One has to go study everything before I come. 1 month before I start. So it goes 1 month before so much. If I don't understand, talk to people in Bharat here and there and all that. Anyway, I am also improving. Tanyahu. Swapushpaihi. It gives its own flower. Every tree, every plant gives flower. But here leaves turn into flower, they say. That is what it is. Kimshukane palasane. Kimshukane pashya. It is rows and rows of Kimshukane vriksha. Hey Sita, hey sweetheart, see, the Sringara starts, look. Swapushpaihi Kimshukane pashya malina. Malina mane mala. Mala mane continuous string. That is why you take pushpa and make a continuous string. It becomes mala. Malina mane continuous string of palasa vriksha. Swapushpaihi kimshukan pashya malina. Shishira atyaye. After Shishira kal, time. Now it is spring. So we all know it is kala, desha. Everything is clear. I have told the geography also. 40 kilometers from Rajapur to Chitrakoota Dham. In there we will see. In there when they come to 22nd kilometers, even today, Lalapur is where Valmiki Ashrama is there. From Rajapur to Lalapur, it is 22nd kilometers. There are two types of Valmiki Ashrama. Because he is a Muni. So when he is a Muni, what is the other name of Muni? Parivrajaka. They won't stay. Ekaratri, ek gram mein. So he has so many ashram along the banks of Tamasa, a tributary of Ganges. And here, by the time Ramayan 14 years completes, he goes to the banks of Ganges, a tributary called Tamasa, in a place called Bittur, which is near to Kanpur, present day Kanpur. That is the permanent place for Valmiki. That's where Rama meets Lavakusha. So, what we have decided is, मेरा relative है श्रीमान P.S. Krishna. He was the former director of Aeronautic Development Establishment. बहुत बढ़िया DRDO का था, IIT Madras का product. He had gone along with your troop Rama Anuyatra all over Bharat Desh. Wherever Ram went, they went. And when this is what it is. This Hindu Temple of Lubbock's pravachan has gone that big. And he said, why don't I send you a picture of all the yatra Ram did? And so iski meharbani, Sriman P.S. Krishnan, Bengaluru mein hai, wo former director tha Aeronautic Development Establishment. Very powerful. But after retirement, he became so like aap jaisa. So, that is how I got clarity. So, the Lalapur mein hai, wohi the Chitrakoot mein tha, when Valmiki first met. It's a very short meeting. We'll see that. When Valmiki met Rama, short duration. He says, Rama, I am staying here, you stay nearby. So where did Rama stay in Chitrakoot? On the banks of Mandhakini, they call today Ramghat. So Ramghat se Lalapur jana. चित्रकूट धाम से ऊपर नॉर्थ में जाने पे लालापुर आएगा, लालापुर से राजापुर आएगा. सो प्रयागराज से चित्रकूट धाम हाईवे पे है राजापुर, सदर्न पार्ट ऑफ यमुना, and then from there they have to go about 22 kilometers to reach the Lalapur Valmiki ashrama. वो tapasthali है. That's where Valmiki did tapas, so that Valmiki Ramayan becomes Satya. So that is Valmiki. It is known as internal reference. There is an internal reference that Valmiki was present during the time of Ramayan and he met Rama. Satya, internal reference is there. So then he did tapas so that he could meet Rama. Same thing Tulsidas, that's where Rama came pratyaksha to Tulsidas. That's where Valmiki met. That is known as tapasthali, wo hill mein. That is from Valmiki ashram to Chitrakoot Dham on the banks of Mandhakini that separates present day Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh is Chitrakoot Dham. That is 18 kilometers. 22 plus 18 is 40. The number tallies. From Rajapur to Chitrakoot Dham, it is give or take 40 kilometers. From Rajapur towards the Dakshin, towards Prayagraj is 60. From Prayagraj to the Chitrakoot Dham is 100 to 110 kilometers. Present day it is Satya. So, in Lalapur, from Lalapur to Chitrakoot, 18 kilometers. Okay. That is but then after he saw Rama moved away from that Ramghat. Because he thought that it is very close now, Bharata knows my place. Now every day I have to give audience to people, it will be bhanga to my vrata, so let me wander. Then he went into Chhattisgarh and yada yada yada. But then we won't be seeing Valmiki Ashramam anymore after today, because Valmiki is not going to come. Only in Uttara Ramayana he is going to come. Even to finish Yuddha Kanda it's going to take years. So what I did is, because of that gentleman, he showed me how the Valmiki Ashrama is there. This is in a place called, near Kanpur, called Bittur. And that is where Narada comes to Valmiki and he recites Chanchepa Ramayan, east part of Kanpur on the bank of Ganges. And they have erected a pillar, marble pillar of 100 slokas. 100 slokas of Sankshepa Ramayan is inscribed there. And it is on the banks of Ganges, where Tamasa meets. Tamasa in Chitrakoot Dham originates from Madhya Pradesh. There are different Tamasas. The Tamasa near Sarayu is different. The Tamasa which we are going to see in Chitrakoot originates from Madhya Pradesh, and you can see the Ganges overflowing on Bittur. And this is where Maruti, Jai Hanuman, Maruti meets Lavakush, and Lavakush tied Maruti on a tree, probably Bilva tree. It is there today. And they have erected a Shila of Jai Maruti there. This is Valmiki Ramayana. Valmiki, autobiographer of Ramayana. If luck permits, we will bring pictures like this throughout Bharat Desh. So, Ramayan is blossoming like this. We started with Valmiki Ramayan. I never knew there was one Gujarati Ramayan called Giridhara Ramayan. Of course, Tulasi and Manas there. Now look, he had seen this 86 episode is not a joke. Nobody listens, doesn't matter. He is listening. And Maruti Raya is listening. And that gentleman, P.S. Krishnan, an IIT Chennai product, very glorious position in Bharat Defense Department. He volunteered that, why don't you show all these Ganges flowing? This is where they have erected a Shila of Maruti, and this is the tree, probably it looks like Bilva tree. Bilva to Mahalakshmi Swarupa, Bilva Nilaya. So they have tied. So this is Bittur, Valmiki Ashrama. That's where Lava and Kusha studied, and Ma Sita went there when Lakshmana let her go. So this Valmiki Ashrama, what we see in Chitrakoot, is it in present day Lalapur, that is different from the permanent abode of Valmiki. Adiptani iva vaidehi sarvataha pushpitan nagane swapushpaihi kimshukane pashya malini shiraha atyaye pashya ballatakan pullane naraihi anupasevitan. He is pouring. He is going to show his wife his Rama's intelligence. Somebody says, how intelligent was Rama? You accept Rama is intelligent? He can't. How intelligent he was. You have to listen from many. If you have to listen Bhagavat, listen to Dangreji. Never took a penny. Crores and crores in those days people gave him. Donated. Oh, Krishna will take care of me. Sahadharmachari, Dina Jaisa. Uski patni, dharma patni, pratasmaraniya. My father told about him. He used to come very rare to Chennai in Dasha Prakash Hotel. Itna Gujaratis and Rajasthanis and Marwadis, in South India we don't have a habit of doing such kind of heroship for cine people and politicians there, not for Kathavachak. People used to throw flowers. In Dasha Prakash में हिंदी में वो तो हिंदी में बताता है और गुजराती वो तो मातृभाषा, but he only प्रवचन तो हिंदी में ही होगा. People used to translate standing by. Oh, इतना था Dongreji. Otherwise, how would I, as a Dakshina guy, how would I know Dongreji Maharaj? In those days, no Google, no nothing. I was born in such a family. Grandfather was a lawyer, but he did lot of dharmic works. He established satsang mandalis and all that thing. Anyway, so you have to listen from them. Otherwise, you won't know the nuances. They would have listened from many, no. They would have listened from many. How many years? 50 years of Katha Pravachan that Dharmatma has done. How much he would have gathered? 2 years. Mera knowledge to thoda bad gaya. If that is the case, they are all people born with that uski meharbani, Parvadigar ki meharbani. Telling their name, Ramayani Maharaj, Kripasankari Maharaj, Dongreji, they are all. Ramayani Maharaj breathed Manas. Gita Praska, after Bhagavad Gita, the best-selling book for Gita Pras is Manas. How did that happen? गाँव में Petromax light. लेकर वो कथा वाचक. 10 people, 5 people, doesn't matter. He will say, if Ram listens, Maruti will be there. Even if Ram doesn't listen, Maruti will listen. So I will recite. Avadh mein, Maithili mein. So, Bhalla Takan, why I digressed is Bhalla Takan means nut making, nut tree. Pashya Bhallatakan Pullan Naraihi Anupa. No man has touched this. Naraihi Anupasevitan. It is all left because plenty, samruddha. Phalai Patraihi Avanatane Nunam Rakshyami Jivitam. They are full of flowers. So the branches are all falling down. Easy to pluck, but people didn't care because all they care about being in the presence of Rishi, Munis like Valmiki. Can you believe 24,000 slokas Adi Kavi? You are amidst them, why you care about this? Kalidasa says this. Bhavanti namraha taravaha palodgamaihi navambudhihi duraha vilambino ghanaha anuddhataha satpurushaha samurdbihi swabhavaha evaishaha paropakarina. See, he says, again Jittubai came to me when I studied this sloka. Samurdbihi, he has enough. Look at his vinamrata. Each sloka you are living example. I am seeing him, so that's why I am praising. It's not Atisiokti, Satya. Bhavanti namraha taravaha palodgamaihi. Hey Manush, so you Kalidas. Simple. Have you seen a flowering tree? Amrapala. When that comes, that branch will be down. It will only look down. Likewise, great people like Rishis, Faras, Jittubai, Jaisa, Prabhuji, they always vinamrata, Prabhuji ki kripa. In Shakuntalam it comes. So, Sanskrit to itna vast hai. Bhavanti namraha taravaha palodgamaihi taravaha. Those that bear fruits will always bend down. Nobody is saying to bend down, it bends. That is niyati. Hey Manush, listen, see. Navambudhihi duraha vilambinogana. When the cloud, heavy dark cloud, it comes closer to earth because it has to pour water. Navambudhihi duraha vilambino comes duraha vilambina. It comes closer. Away from dura, comes closer. That is going to give water to the entire world. It can be itna gamand. Nahi, it comes closer and pours. Similarly, anuddhataha, who is not self-efficating. He is not, I'm rich. Anuddhataha, who is not having that pride. Satpurusha. Samurdvihi, they have enough. Jnana or vitt sabi. Swabhavaha. Evaishaha. Paropakarinam. Paropakarartham. Idam shariram. Pashya drona pashya bhallatakane pullan narai anupasevitane phalapatraihi avanatan. Avanatan means bend. That is nature. Hey Manushya, listen from nature. Why should Valmiki bring this here? Everywhere he is trying to infuse good things in you. Life management. Have you not seen a flowering tree which has fruit like amrapala? Like this nungu, what do you call nungu? The one you take the liquor from. Hindi mein main nahi aata. Oh, coconut, take coconut. It comes down. It falls on its own. It will hit your head. That's a different story. So it falls on your own. Vinamrata, yeshaha, purushaha, paropakarinam. Bhallakane, pullane, naraihi, upasevitane, palaipatrai, avanatane. Because of this avanatan, I took the reference. We are studying so much. Not only Ramayan, Veda, Aur, Kavya, B. Phalapatraihi avanatan nunam. With this plentiness, because these flowers, flowering plants and trees, they are not going to keep it. It will eventually fall down. When it falls down, it is for us. So certainly we are in a good place. Rama says, Phalapatraihi avanatan nunam rakshyami jivitam. Our life will be saved. He is not saying that I am going to enjoy. We have to protect our lives because the vrata is to keep dharma paripalana for 14 years. After that, Prabhu ki ichha. Pashya drona pramanani lambamanani. Lakshmana, beautiful. Madhuni madhukarabihi sambritani nage. Tree after tree after tree. Madhuni, different types of honeys have been made by madhukarabi, by madhukaribihi, by honeybees. And he gives an example. How much is there in one honeycomb? Valmiki says. Drona. Drona is a volume. That means one drona is a unit called 4 marakal. 1 marakal is 8 liter. So 4 times 8 is 32 liters of honey are there in each honeycomb, Valmiki says. See, Ramayan can give you difficult time. You have to go ask people, what is drona? It is a wooden volumetric measure which equal to today's parlance 32 kilos or 32 liters. Drona pashyad drona pramanani lambhamani lakshmana. Look at those lambhamani hanging honeycomb. Each honeycomb gives 32 liters of honey. Ek drona is 8 times 4 marakal. 1 marakal is 8 paddy. 1 paddy is equal to 1 kg or 1 liter. 1 paddy is 1 kg or 1 liter. 8 paddy makes 1 marakal. 4 marakal makes 1 drona. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 liters or 32 kg. That's Ramayan, isn't it? Madhu Maya Bhaniti Nam Margadarshi Magarshi Pashya Drona Pramanani Lambhamani Lakshmana. That is why I took the Shakuntalam poem. When it is full of 32 liters of honey, it is going to fall on its own. Madhuni Madhukarabihi Sambritani Nage. It is made by Madhukarabihi. This is because this place is what is Kamadgiri. It's full of happiness. Yesha Kroshati Natyuga Tam Shiki Pratikujati. Then he is pouring his romance. Hey, look, Sita, when I make noise talking to you, Natyuha Chakravah Pakshi. Chakravah Pakshi will only drink water straight from the rain. It will wait and sustain. Such a romantic bird. Chakravah. So Natyuha mane Chakravah Pakshi. When Chakravah Pakshi takes water from the Chitrakoot mountain because of rain, it is happy. So it is making noise. When this is making noise, Shiki Pratikujati. The peacocks get happy because peacocks get happy if it sees rain. Chakravak Pakshi will live only because of direct rain. Look how beautiful. This place is Ramyam, Ramyam, Ramyam. Yesha Kroshati. Now I hear the sound of Chakravak Pakshi, so rain is going to come. When rain is going to come, the male peacock will dance. Shiki, even though it is Ikaranta. Normally if you say Ikaranta, it is Srilinga. But in this case it is different. Because only male peacock will have feathers to dance. Shiki mane pinch, shiki mane feather. So it is male peacock. Male peacock will start making noise. Pratikujati. So this is going to rain. Now we have been stressed for 5 days. Come, let's dance. That is what it is. Romance. Today's title is Satvika Sringaram Jivanasya Angam. Valmiki says. So you have to marry. Why you have to marry? Dharma prajartam vrinimahe. What does Veda says? You hold like this. Right hand of a patni. You are dumb, hold 1 finger. You are good, hold all 5 fingers. I don't know whether Gujarati Pandit told you when you married. You married well, that's why you are doing like this. So you would have clapped all the 5 fingers of Deena Bahan. You have to hold like this. Dharma prajartam vrinimahe mahavishnu swarupaya. Yeah, aisa devarto mahavishnu swarupa. Why worry? You are also Yam Sita Mama Suta Sahadharma Charitava Praticha Chainam Badram Te Panim Grinishwa Panina Yesha Kroshati Natyuha Tam Shiki Pratikujati Ramaniye Vane Uddeshe Pushpa Samsara. Yes, Sita. Look, can you believe Rama? Of course, in 3 places Rama pours his emotions as a romantic person. 12 years, we don't know. They lived Sukha as a good Grihastha in Ayodhya. But Valmiki never mentions any romance of them in Ayodhya. All that romance only comes in Chitrakoota. If you look at Uttara Ramayana, Sita says, hey Hanuma, you are a brahmachari, but still I am going to tell you some secret. You know how good is my husband? You know how Medhavi he is? I asked the question, nobody said. You give a human hair to Rama, he will draw the picture of the entire human body. You give a nail finger to Rama, he will get Hetal Parik fully. So I was that stupid, dumb Maruti. I gave kumkum to my Pranaprati. And I said, do you ever know how to mix this and then put tilak on my forehead? Then he brought one of the best oil. I only asked him to put tilak on my forehead. But what did he do? He got the best of the flavored oil and he started putting braid on me, which I have never been able to do myself or none of my servants were able to do. He is not only a great warrior, he is such a Sukumara. He put the braid to me and then he did the tilak and he enjoyed dressing me. Where it happened? In Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot Ghat pe. This is where Ram and Sita had the best married life in their livelihood. Panchavati to thodi kala. But then sorrow came to hit them. So Chitrakoot Ghat pe romance, Satvika romance, Ramaniya Vane Uddesha. This Chitrakoot Prantya. Pushpa, hey Sukumari, look, because of you, there's the place, the ground is Sanstaraha Sankate. Flocks and flocks of flowers are falling down at your feet. Matanga Yuta Anushrutam. How was they? Valmiki said, Matta Matangayor Madhye Nagavadu Varaiva. Beautiful. How was this couple, these three people, trio walking? Matta Madangau Madhye, Matta Madangau Madhye. Beautiful male elephants amidst beautiful male elephants. Nagavara Vadu, you are Shreshta Vadu Iva. The Vadu of a old male elephant. As if Sita was walking in between. Like a greatest Vadhu of a old elephant protected by the sons of that old elephant. Matta Madangau Madhye Nagavarau Vadhu Varau Vadhu Iva. What a beautiful Sringara. Matanga Yuta Anusrutam Pakchi Sanga Anunaditam Chitrakutam Imam Pashya Pravurdha Shikaram Ginim. He became romantic. Look at this, young elephants walking. Matanka Yuta Anushrutam. The place where all these young elephants are walking. 4 slokas, Chitrakoota. We have to finish it today. Matanka Yuta Anushrutam. Where these all elephants, young elephants live. Pakshi Sanga Anunaditam. Once they saw the elephants and Pakshis living in harmony. Vyagra and Matanga living in harmony. Chitrakutam Imam Pashya. Is it not romantic? Satvika romance, ideal romance. Chitrakoota Imam Pashya Pravurdha Shikaram Girim. The peak, sharp peak, Pravurdha Shikaram Girim, Samabhumi Tale Ramye, Dhrumaha Bahubihi Avrite, Punyeram Syamahe Tata, Chitrakutasya Kanane. I have decided Chitrakutasya Kanane, Punye Chitrakutasya Kanane, Ramsyamahe. We are going to be happy, certain. Yes, that 11-12 years on Chitrakoota Prantya and Dantakaranya, they were the happiest of all the couples. Punye 4, imagine, 4 times. That's why you will see so much here. 4, why are there 4 openings for Chitrakoot Kamatagiri? It is because Valmiki used 4 Chitrakoot name one after the other. That is why they made sure that you have 4 dwars for Kamatagiri. Samabhumi Tale Ramye, Drumaihi Bahubihi Avritaihi. Plenty of trees. Punye Ramsyamahe, we are going to enjoy. Ramsyamahe, kidar? Punye Chitrakutasya Kanane, Tatahatau Padacharane Gacchantau Sahasitaya, Ramyam Asedatuhu Shailam, Chitrakoota Manoratam. See, 3rd time. Chitrakoota Manoramam, Tantu Parvatam Asadhya, Nana Pakshi Ganayutam, Bahumula Palam Brahmyam Sampannam, Sarasodakam, Sarasa Udakam, Amrita Iva. मंदाकिनी का तीर्थ। मनोजनोयम, इट मेक्स मी हैप्पी, मनोरंजन करता है। मनोजनोयम गिरिः सौम्य नानाद्रुम लतायता बहुमूल फलो रम्यो स्वाजीव प्रतिभाति में। स्वाजीव, आवर लाइफ विल बी हैप्पी, दैट इज हाउ आई एम थिंकिंग। प्रतिभाति में मनयश्च महात्मानो वसन्ति शिलोच्छये अयं वासो भवेत् तावत् अत्र सौम्य रमेमहे, अत्र सौम्य रमोमहे। वी आर गोइंग टू बी हैप्पी। लक्ष्मणा, you build Parnashala. Now you start building the Parnashala. So Chitrakoota का इतना महत्व, even if you read these slokas. सुवर्णकूटं रजताभिकूटं माणिक्यकूटं मणिरत्नकूटं अनेककूटं बहुवर्णकूटं श्रीचित्रकूटं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीचित्रकूटं शरणं प्रपद्ये। पवमान सुतुडुपट्टु पादार विंदमुलको निनाम रूपमुलको नित्य जय मंगलम। मंगलम कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्दये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मंगलम। बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय।